May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. This is the Tokyo session, the start of our day. Cool. So before we continue, as you know, QuantBox, what is QuantBox? What do we use it for? QuantBox is your global macroeconomic quant in a box. It's a fundamental tool that gives you a fundamental bias, which you can then marry with technicals to give you an edge in the market. Now, what we're doing previously, we'd go to QuantBox first, take a look at our pairs and our biases, then go to technicals. But what we're doing currently is something slightly different. Going through our pairs in the daily time frame to look for opportunities in the daily time frame, and then I think I said that thing twice. And then looking at the fundamental bias on QuantBox to see if there's any opportunity for us to take a trade. So, for example, this is a very good example of where QuantBox comes in very handy. As you can see right now, Aussie dollar USD coming down to support monthly M2, currently ranging. Okay, we can see that. Let's change the color of this box. Okay, currently ranging. What's interesting is that if you look at QuantBox over here, you'll notice that your Aussie USD all the way down here is strong sell. Okay, so you instantly know that you're not going to worry about taking this trade because it's currently bottom of the range. Easy as that. MoveOn.com. Euro dollar daily. Okay, now you can see here that price came off this resistance. Okay, we spoke about this yesterday. We're looking for a lower low, lower high. We eyed that out earlier. We're looking for that lower low, lower high. Indication of the fact that price is not making any higher highs anymore. That's an indication of that. The problem is that you can see here, price has made a lower low. Okay, so what we're going to do is go back to our daily. We're going to simply wait for price to pick a direction. Okay, so on H4 time frame, going back here, you can see they're coming off the weekly R2. Beautiful. We're looking for price to break that range. Okay, so now we can just leave this alone. Right, what we're looking for in this Asia session is we're looking for opportunity that exists right now, not things we have to wait for, not things we have to sit around for. Are there any opportunities right now? You can see pound dollar, nothing. Okay, you might say, well, what about buying off 21 EMA? How is this a higher high compared to those? If I'm going to buy a higher low, shouldn't I have a higher high first? Also, take a look at your pound dollar. Over there, neutral, but ultimately score of -2. It's definitely a lot more bearish than it is bullish. Okay, so I'm not much of a fan on buying that. Okay, also, where's the trend? Right, let's leave it alone. MoveOn.com. Kiwi dollar, you can see they're still currently sideways, nothing going on. Okay, great. This is not much difference from yesterday. USD CAD, there's a buy coming off the profit-taking zone, H4 time frame. We're all the way up here. Nothing we can do with this right now. Okay, there's nothing we can't buy it here. Price hasn't closed at support. You can see here on QuantBox, our fundamental bias for USD CAD is currently bullish. Okay, so we leave that alone. Nothing we can do with the USD CAD right now. Cool. Looking at USD ZAR, you can see currently sideways, still sideways. Leave that alone. Aussie yen. Okay, Aussie yen. As you can see here on the back end, also on QuantBox, we take a look at dollar yen, pound yen, all currently coming up with buys. If we look down here, we can see Kiwi yen in the neutral territory. And let's take a look and see here. Where's our dear friend Aussie yen? Let's have a look over here. So here's our yen pair. So here's Aussie yen. Coming with a score of neutral. What I'm focusing on with the yen pairs, I'm not really bothered about the other stuff, is the seasonality. Okay, looking for an opportunity to sell these yen pairs into May. All right, so taking a look over here, we can see that yesterday we had price closing at support. We did not take this trade. Sorry, the green candle coming up, not closing at resistance. Okay, we drew that out yesterday. Price has now dropped down further. That's fine, no problem. I'm looking for price to close at resistance. Like you can see over here a few days ago, price closed the monthly M3. This is why we started doing Tokyo sessions, because these signals were being missed out on when I was just doing London with you guys. So now we can see, unfortunately, I only started yesterday. So that's where we are yesterday. Now you can see right now, this red candle, I'm not going to be able to sell that. Price hasn't closed at resistance. I'm going to leave Aussie yen alone. I'm looking for low-hanging fruit, price closing at resistance. Same here with the CAD yen. Price doesn't close a resistance. I'm going to leave this alone. Looking for those much larger moves. Euro yen. Okay, cool. So daily we had price coming up, we had price going down. We're looking for price to break support. Now you can see yesterday price coming down and breaking that support level, but price hasn't closed at resistance. So we'll have to come back to this one in a couple of days' time. Moving on.com. Pound yen. Now pound yen we spoke about earlier today. I think it was on our watch list. Okay. You can see there. Now you can see the price is actually closed back inside this range. Okay, so we're going to have to wait for that to make a lower low. We spoke about waiting for a lower low, lower high. Okay, we haven't got a lower low, lower high. We're waiting for that to form a lower low, lower high, so we can trade this down. Nothing we can do with this right now. Also, bottom of the range, even on daily time frame over here. Let's just get this on the daily time frame. You can see there, we have not closed at resistance. Cannot sell this. Okay, awesome. Absolutely not. All right, moving on. Kiwi yen. Okay, let's take a look. Currently sideways. You can't sell that. You can see there. Look at this candle here. Not at resistance. So leave my yens alone. That's how it is, folks. We're going to have these days. That's just the way it is. My Swissies, as you can see here across the board for Swissies. So we've got a lot of Swissies on neutral. Let's look at seasonality though. So seasonality on the Swissies, you can see bearish on the Euro Swissy. We've got pound Swissy coming through bearish in the seasonals. Aussie Swissy, same thing. Kiwi Swissy, same thing. And CAD Swissy, same thing. Okay. So looking at those seasonal patterns, I'm now looking at this and saying, right, if I want to sell this, I'm not at resistance here. We still drew this out yesterday. We said how we haven't got a resistance. We can't sell this. Leave it alone. Okay. In terms of taking this as a counter trend trade, I'd like to see price make a higher low first. I'm not going to take a counter trend trade when I've got a lower low over here. When I should be looking to sell the lower high over there. So that's Aussie Swissy. CAD Swissy, you can see there also need to pull back to that resistance. Euro Swissy, also bottom of the range. Can't do much with that. Pound Swissy, bottom of the range. You can see the red candle here for the daily candle is closed down. It's not closed at resistance. I need a candle closing at resistance. Kiwi Swissy, also at, well, you can see not at resistance. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Price is not at resistance currently. Okay, cool. Moving along. Euro pound, that's just disastrous. Okay, there's no trend there. Need to wait for that. So moving along. Pound Aussie. We were looking for pound Aussie to close this resistance over here and then for price to come. This was yesterday, day before yesterday. Price to come down. Didn't come down. Price is now broken resistance. Okay, so pound Aussie was also on our watch list. You can see pound Aussie moving higher up. Okay, so pound Aussie currently at a profit-taking zone. Looking at pound Aussie on the QuantBox, you can see a pound Aussie comes with a bias of neutral. Fundamentally, some bearishness going into May. Okay, so we can see here we haven't made a lower low, lower high. We need to see some kind of lower low, lower high. If you're looking at selling at the weekly R2, that's fine. You can do that. You just need to see a lower low, lower high. Okay, so either on the H1 time frame or M15. Okay. So you're looking for price to come down, come back up, show you it's not making any higher highs anymore. Then price needs to make a lower low and then sell the lower high. Okay, that's how you ideally want to see it. I mean, it might come in a different form, but ultimately you'd like to see price making a lower low, pulling back up to a roll reversal, 21 below the 55, and then taking it further down. Okay, cool. So potential there. What we'll do is let's put this on our watch list. I think it's already there on our watch list. Pound Aussie is still there on our watch list. We'll leave it on our watch list over here. Okay. And we can pop this in M15 time frame because we have been looking at this from yesterday till today. So let's do this then. Put that like that. And then on M15, we can just simply say lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Okay, cool. Let's go beyond. So that's pound Aussie, pound CAD. You can see there it's broken up higher, not any kind of profit-taking zone. Okay, cool. Probably neutral too. Pound Kiwi. Okay, you can see here pound Kiwi breaking out of this range, breaking down, pulling back. Okay, top of this range, this H4 candle, the daily candle Currently the monthly profit taking zone. Okay, cool. So looking at this bias candle here, that's Asia coming up to resistance. What you're looking for, if you want to sell this, I think that you need to rather wait for one more lower low and then get the next lower high. But if you are keen on selling this and you want to make sure, you want to find out if you can sell this, look how out of position you are right now. That's terrible for position, right? That doesn't look like we're in position to sell at all. Look at that H1 time frame. I don't like that whatsoever. Like, no. I'd like to see this. Let's see what happens next. Is this going to go higher up and come up and hit resistance there? Is it going to come down and make a lower low? If it makes a lower low, I'll take the next lower high. Or if it comes back down to make a lower low and comes back up and then makes a lower low, I need this to sort of give me some indication of what it's doing right now. I don't like price action at the moment. Okay. It's not looking great. We'll leave pound Kiwi alone. Euro Aussie. See all the way up here by the monthly M4, Euro Aussie weekly target. That's cool. So if you're looking for a, let's just get this right. If you're looking for a trade here, here's your range. Looking for price to break out and pull back to resistance. M15 time frame, same kind of story, right? So let's put Euro Aussie on our watch list. Let's put this over here. Just like that. Cool. And we can leave that over there. Okay, we got two on our watch list now. Pound Aussie and Euro Aussie. Looking for the same thing from the Aussie. Okay, cool. Then what are you on? Okay, Euro CAD. All the way up there. Okay. Not really helpful. Euro Kiwi. Not really helpful. Euro ZAR. Not really helpful. And you see price not making higher highs anymore, come down lower low, pull back lower high. Let's look and see here. Aussie CAD. Nope, sideways. And then Aussie Kiwi, sideways. And then Kiwi CAD. Cool. We had pound yen on our watch list yesterday. Let's take a look at pound yen. So we spoke about this price not making higher highs and lower lows anymore. And again, we're looking for the lower low, lower high over here. If you did look at the M15 time frame, there was an opportunity here at New York, which you could have taken if you were paying attention to that. However, it was quite far down in the range. It was somewhere over here. So like me, if you're waiting for a lower low, lower high, you didn't get it. But right now you have got two pairs on your watch list. You're looking for lower lows, lower highs on the M15. You want to first see how price comes back up and stops making higher highs. This needs to form something where it comes down, pulls back up, makes a lower high or double top, and then breaks down, makes a lower low, and then pulls back up, lower high. So still quite a bit to set up on this one. This one over here, you need a full breakout and pullback. So breakout, pullback, close resistance, double top, and that can be on H1 or on the M15 timeframe. I'll take a look at these before London. If there's anything to report back on, then I'll run a webinar. Otherwise, those are the pairs that you're looking at for the day. Let's see where we are in a couple of hours' time. In the meantime, stay patient, stay disciplined, stay liquid, and I'll see you later.